What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Learning 101. This is the first ever podcast. It's August 9th, 2021. Joining me today is DNA Investments. I'm Mr. Wolf. I'm the head trader at Trading Learning 101. A little bit about myself. I've been an active trader, mentor in the stock market for going on 6 years now. I do this full time. You guys all know me best as Mr. Wolf. We run a community on Discord, content on YouTube, and we're going to start this podcast off just to have fun with it, see where it goes, and I think that we can talk about some interesting stuff. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself, DNA?
Yes, sir. I sure appreciate you letting me join you. My name is David Burnett. So I've been trading for about a year and been going full time for about a year. I previously, before that, managed my dad's company for about 7 years and seen the opportunity in trading. So decided to jump into it, met Mr. Wolf, and just been here ever since. So it's just kind of a quick rundown. As you can tell, I'm just a country hit. I enjoy trading and the challenge of it.
So I myself, I'm from Michigan. Where are you from, DNA?
Kentucky.
Kentucky, huh?
Yeah, and it's not where the toothless people is, it's where the smart people is.
So I recently took a trip down to Kentucky recently. And I want to thank you for letting me stay with you and your family. And it's very beautiful down there. We're very wide open in country.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's God's country. That's what I like to say.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. So, the whole purpose of this podcast, we're going to invite people on from time to time. And we're just going to chit chat, hang out, talk about the stock market, what drives the stock market, strategies, the emotions, psychology. So tell me, DNA, how much psychology and emotions do you think goes into being a successful trader?
Man, I'd almost like to say 100%. I mean, it's probably 80, 90% of that, and then the rest analytical, figuring the charts out. But when I accepted that it was mostly psychology, that's when my game changed. Before I was stressing about what I seen on the charts, and that's important. But working on yourself is and your mental game, that's key. That's top priority.
Yeah, most definitely. I try to look back when I was just starting out as a trader.
Mm,
The longer you progress in your career, you start to forget how newer people think.
yeah,
And I see all kinds of new people come into the market all the time. And their first priority when they first start out is, I want to make money. I want to
yep,
make day one.
yep,
And I think that's where a lot of people fail.
yep.
It's they accept that they have to take time to learn this game and that they're not even going to make money potentially the first maybe couple of years of learning this.
Yeah, that's for me. The first 2 or 3 months, maybe even 4 months, I made money like it was luck. I started uh, when the pandemic started and everything fell and then started bouncing back. Well, you could just stick money in a stock and it take off. Well, I thought I was, you know, a cut above everybody, making the big bucks, and when I got about 4 months into it, I found out I didn't know a thing. And it was enough to almost make me quit, but I had a passion for it, and so I dug in. And it ain't been easy, but I see so many times I've got friends that they'll come laughing and carrying on, showing me their P&Ls, and they're trading off Robinhood. and they think they've got it figured out. But 6 months from now, 3 months from now, they won't even be around. I've seen that over and over and over.
We see a lot of people come and go in this game. A
Yeah,
lot. So a lot of people come into this, they think they got it figured out, and then they just get smacked with
yeah,
reality. And it's harder than they thought.
yeah.
How important do you think it is with being a part of a community? Do you think people really have a chance being by themselves, or is it beneficial to be a part of a community? What are your opinions and thoughts on that?
I wouldn't be here today if I wouldn't have been a part of a community. I would have gave up a long time ago, and I personally don't think I would have learned what I have. You know, I can reach out to people one on one on here, and you've encouraged me over and over. Other people's encouraged me. No, being a part of a community, you have to. I mean, it's just like life. You take a person that stays by himself all the time, you get depressed, you get whatever. You have to be with people, motivate you. And same way with trading, you gotta be a part of a community.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm the same way. The way I look at it, the deeper you get into the stock market and day trading and the psychology part, emotion part, and technical analysis, when you go outside of the markets and you talk to people that have no experience in what it is we do, they're looking at us like we're crazy. They have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah,
Comes down to placing a trade and feel all of these emotions going off, and you're
yeah,
explain it to somebody, and you're to them you're looking crazy, and they're like, what is this person talking about? As you're like, the stock ran up to $10 and it just got rejected and denied, and it come back down and it finally bust up through it.
yeah,
A part of a community, it's like everybody's on the same page.
yes,
You have a backbone and a lot of people behind you, a support system to pick you up when you're down.
yes, that's right.
Points and perspectives, opinions. And the cool thing is, everybody's on a different part in their journey.
Yeah,
Got people in here that are starting week one, and we got people in here who've been here for 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and so on. So everybody's at different stages in their career, and we all look at the markets differently. We all have different beliefs.
right.
Beliefs in the stock market, and we all have our own niche. We have Robert always talking about pot stocks.
Yeah,
Gating's always talking about indexes, semi or sectors and ETFs. And then we got our Thorn is always selling premium options. And so it's nice to have multiple different people in different areas, because you could focus on one thing, and let's say it gets slow, things die off. Well, you have other people and eyes out there that are spotting opportunity, and it just creates, I would say, more opportunity and broadens where you can make money.
right. Yep, that's right. Yeah, and I think something else that I didn't see important at first, but this is going to kind of open a new can of worms, but is a trading buddy. Uh, thankfully, luckily, I got to be your trading buddy. But I'm telling you, it is it is so nice to get somebody else's perspective, um, and bouncy ideas off each other. I know we got the trading room, that we type message back and forth, but a trading buddy is a must in my opinion.
Oh,
Um,
definitely, yeah. It's a little weird at first because you're trying to warm up to each other and get
yeah,
each other. I mean,
kind of like this podcast.
yeah, it's had our ups and downs, and you'll start by being with me every day and being around me. You start to pick up on, hey, bro, I noticed something's off with you today. What's on your mind?
Yeah,
And you'll hit it right on the money. And it's like, man, I this thing popped up in my life, and yeah, it's got me distracted, and it helps because
yes,
we all have egos. And if you have somebody there telling you that you're off, you're not your normal self, it really does help. It does.
yes, yeah,
You don't want to point it out yourself. You want to keep going as if nothing's going on. Maybe put it on the back burner, you know?
yeah.
Having a trading buddy really helps. It helps keeping each other, I'd say, accountable for your trading rules, your discipline, bouncing ideas off of each other, and just giving someone to talk to about what's going on instead of keeping it all to yourself.
That's right.
Just like how we have problems in personal life, you know how they say if you keep everything on the inside, it'll eat away at you.
That's right.
In the market, every you see so much go on in one day. Being able to verbally express what you're seeing and what you're going through as a trader, I think helps get it out of your system and wipes a clean slate.
Yep, I agree with you 100%.
So what do you normally like to trade in the markets, DNA? What's your go-to? What do you like? Do you like large cap, small cap, penny stocks? What do you seem to gravitate to?
So maybe I'm a little different cookie, but I like small caps, and that's kind of for day trading. I love it, but I like to swing trade some, and so large cap stocks, even some options, but I'm not even going to get into that because I'm just playing around with it. But the swing trading, I love the large caps like Boeing, Apple, Tesla. Uh, I like to catch them when I know they've pulled back or it's in a pattern or a range. Um, I love to trade those, hold them for about a week to 10 days, maybe 2 weeks. But on a day to day basis, small cap. I mean, what we do at Training Learning on every day.
I think that leads into a good little subject when you just mentioned options. I see a lot of new people immediately get gravitated straight to options
It's not good.
at all. My opinion on it, it's I think people get attracted to it because you don't need much capital to
Yeah.
buy, and they just don't know how risky it can be if you're on the wrong side, you know?
Oh, I've I've had some bad experiences just not fully understanding what options are, and it takes a long time to learn options. The concept, what you see on the surface, I got pretty quick, but there's so much more to options. And that's if you don't know how they move, how they operate, stay away. It will mess your account up big time. And I've had it go against me and lose a pile of money.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely never good.
No.
Sucks. It's like somebody stabbing you in the stomach with a knife.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
recently, not too long ago, we had that kid on Robinhood who committed suicide.
Yeah.
of an error on Robinhood because of
Yeah.
options. He was freaking out because it was like something over the weekend, I believe. And he looked at it and he was negative like $1 million. And when you go into after hours trading, you'll notice your P&L, if you're in a position, it'll go out of whack.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always been like that. And I could see somebody easily freaking out and not knowing what is going on or happening. And it really is a shame when I see people, they get involved with options or even trading, and they get on these plays right before a company either puts out earnings or a pharmaceuticals putting out one of their phase trial datas if it's
Yeah.
negative. I look at that as just straight up gambling.
Yeah.
I mean, you're if you're gonna do that, go to the casino, right?
That's right.
I've never got why people done that. And there's also another thing we can lead into. People get off on the thrill of trading,
Yeah.
especially when you're new.
Yep.
You're so excited to buy and sell. You're watching your P&L go up, go down. It's the thrill of trading. So you're trading just to trade. And a lot of new people, they gotta, it's, I always refer to the scenario when you just turn 18 and you're finally free from your parents. Break free and you go wild. Same thing.
Yeah, man, I agree. And I still, to this day, this morning, I mean, I'll confess right here, this morning I come in, there were so many good setups, and I felt my heart rate getting up. Like I was pumped, man, coming in, so many setups, and we go into the open, and this setup looks good. That setup looks good. And next thing I know, I've overtraded like an idiot, and that's a newbie move. And instead of, and then what happened is about 30 minutes in, the perfect setup. And I wouldn't go with it because I was already mad at myself. But if I'd have just waited and took my time, so what if there's 10 setups? You're looking for that one that's going to make your payday. You do it, get out. But I'm a type of I don't know if I'm an overachiever or what, but I feel like I've got to trade right now. I got to trade today, make two or three. If I don't make two or three, I'm doing something wrong. But where I've been the most consistent and made the most money is making 1 to 2 trades on that perfect setup. And it might not even be that much money, but I got out once I was done. And it was such a rewarding feeling knowing I had patience. It was the perfect setup. My P&L's up, and I'm done for the day. But it's stressful coming in trying to make 6, 7 trades and heart rate's up, and man, that's so stressful. Just chill out.
Most definitely. It's I think we all go through it. We No matter how long you've been around, you it's emotion. You can't control it. I mean, I
Yeah,
myself sometimes get really excited when I see a stock gapping up 150, 200%, gapping up from $5 to $15, and it's just running and running. You get caught up in the moment.
yes, yeah,
Myself, at times, get caught up in the moment, not realizing how much the stock's up, how much it ran up nonstop, and I would take some huge losses. Huge.
yeah,
And
yeah,
learn from it. It's like you gotta walk on the fire sometimes to learn from it.
that's right. Uh, and I'll say, just drop this in. Um, you need, like today, I felt like I done some things wrong. I'm up on my P&L, but I still done some sloppy things. I'm gonna recap on that. Think about it throughout the day. You know, figure out what you done wrong, and come in tomorrow thinking about that. But don't just brush it off like, oh, I'm just an idiot. No, focus on it. Figure out what you done wrong.
Uh, Always be trying to learn from your mistakes every day.
Yes. Yep.
Consider it tuition. And one of my favorite things that I like to say when you're first starting out, and we just talked about it, don't worry about making money.
Yes.
As you're working and studying, and it'll pay off in dividends down the road.
Yes. Yep.
Studying, you're working towards that, those consistent, profitable days in the future.
Yeah.
I think that's very underrated.
Yes. Yeah. And there's something, I don't know if I can get it out like I'm thinking, but uh there's something about, there's this persona. If I'm in the stock market, there's such hype about the stock market. You think of guys in the stock market making this big money, and it's a little humiliating because I get friends like, how's the stock market doing? And when I tell them, oh, I try to make, you know, X amount a day or whatever, and it's small potatoes. And they're like, do what? They think that you should be making this big money, and there's pressure there. But I'm telling you, $50 to $100 a day, I'm just throwing a number out there. If you're consistent, man, that's everything. But there's this feeling like we got to be out here making big bucks, you know. But it's not that way. Take pride in doing smaller trades, watching your size, and consistency. It ain't about the stinking P&L being up $10,000. Consistency, man. Because I think consistency gets overlooked. So many people want to flex their P&L, but show me your consistency. I'd rather see you make $50 a day, 30 days out of the month, as showing me $10,000 P&L or whatever, you know. But consistency, for me, that's everything.
Oh, most definitely, yeah. Singles add up.
Yes, but it's easy to get blinded and get discouraged because I'm only pulling in 50 to $100. But yo, that's good. And I know that's different for everybody, but
Or what people do, they get, I would say, tired and bored of consistently making $100.
yes,
That thrill back, and they chase
yes,
after that adrenaline rush of not going after 100. Now I'm going to go after 200.
yes,
At managing your risk, super,
yes.
or not underrated, I'm going to say.
It's on. I'm with you.
A lot of people mention it, talk about it. Managing your risk, that's what I consider we do as a profession. I'm a professional risk manager
Yep.
out here every single day determining what are the best risk versus reward setups.
Yes.
And it's constantly you're reevaluating the playing field. What is the current risk versus reward at this moment? Not just plotting a level, a line out there, and a line up here. And I'm speaking in terms of day trading because things happen
Yes.
so fast.
Yeah.
Now, when you're a swing trader or a position trader, you're getting into different categories and topics. Day trading, it's all about the momentum. The
Hmm.
and that's another good thing as well. People always think that they have to trade right when that bell rings. They have to
No.
hotkeys set up. They're used to watching people like Mad As Money and Warrior Trading. Not that there's nothing wrong with those traders. They're great traders and they're great at what they do. But it's not about that. You don't need to have hotkeys and have the fastest fingers and the execution time to have success in this game.
You're right.
It's all about how you look at it and where you see opportunity. And we all see opportunity in different areas of the market.
That's right. Yeah, that's good.
Was there anything else you want to add on for the first podcast here?
No, I'm just now starting to loosen up though, because I'm not used to being in front of a camera. And I'm, like I said, I'm just an old hick from down in the country. And yeah, so,
The more
but I'm enjoying it.
you do it, the more you get used to it. You really do.
Yeah,
I remember I was so scared getting in front of a camera and talking
yeah,
and then hearing myself back and seeing myself.
yeah,
You get over it eventually and you'll honestly forget that camera's there. And
yeah,
but every episode we'll get more comfortable with this. We'll open up more and things will run a lot smoothly. Just got to get that first one out of the way.
yeah, yeah. And I think it'll be good. Like we can pick topics, um, and talk on it.
Just like recently BTBT, the big runner recently.
Yeah, it BTB.
Show you guys. This was BTBT. This was a big runner and this thing ran for pretty much what was it? 11 days, 10 days straight to the upside.
Uh-huh.
And just to give you guys a view of it, here's a 15-minute time frame and we could zoom in on what it's done. It just an insane mover, really insane, running from $4 all the way up to $20 in such short time.
Yeah, that was nice.
But we've been seeing a lot of crazy moves in this stock market. So I want to thank you, DNA, for hopping on with me and starting the podcast, and I look forward to it going down the road.
Man, yeah, I appreciate it. And I'm excited, to do it. I think it's going to be real educational for especially because I'm new kind of coming into it a year down the road and maybe I can help, the generation that's just starting or something.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, checking out the first episode of the podcast. If you're new to the channel here, hit that subscribe button, join the community. And as I always say, have that patience, have that discipline, study, study, study. Later, everybody.
Peace out.